Hi guys, a lot of you have written me and told me that you don't like liver. Well, there's a lot of ways you can make it taste better, and one of them is liver pate. So today we're going to be making that, and it's going to be super yummy and delicious, and you are going to change your mind about liver. So first thing, you want to drain your liver. You have to make sure you thaw it out with a bowl so it doesn't get all over the fridge. And then you want to cut it open, and we're just going to drain it. I have some paper towels over a plate here, and we're just going to drain off all the excess. Okay, so these are from my local farmer. They're pastured chicken livers. Chicken is much more mild than beef, so definitely start with chicken if you have had beef before and you hate it. It tastes much better. So here they are. They're just draining off. They're really not bad. Just bear with me here. Okay, so now we're gonna put some ghee into a pan. This is a stainless steel pan, and I've got it over medium high heat. So we're just gonna melt that in here. Okay, I went ahead and put 2 tablespoons because the main ingredient in pate is butter or ghee. So this one is from Aldi. It says it's grass-fed, so I don't know. It tastes okay. Usually I would make my own. I have a video about that, but I didn't get to make any this week. So, all right, well, that's pretty melted, so we're gonna add our chicken livers now. So the main thing with chicken livers is not to overcook them. You just kind of want it to be medium rare. I mean, maybe medium is better, but you don't want to overcook it. It's going to get tough. So you just want to, even them out. Like, you don't want them on top of each other. Any extra butter, get it down in there. Add some good salt. This is my favorite. You can get it with the link down below. Pepper, this is some Costco pepper. You don't have to. You can keep this really carnivore. You don't have to add any spices, but you can if you want to. It really doesn't matter. It's just how strict you are on carnivore. That's something you could put. A lot of people like rosemary. So thyme is very strong, so you don't want to put a lot of thyme. You can put rosemary. I think I have some rosemary. Today I'm just going to keep it salt for the carnivore purist. So now that they're getting a little more done, I want to flip them over. You don't want to push them around too much. So just kind of flip them one time and try to spread them back out again. If you're looking for a traditional recipe for pate, go over to my blog. I'll put a link below, and it has a recipe with all the bells and whistles, the onions, the rosemary, and all that. But this is more of a carnivore recipe, so it's really stripped down, but it's still very good. See how it's kind of all the color is cooking out, and then we're just gonna, so these are pretty medium. You want that blood to kind of go away. And then we're gonna move it over to the food processor. That's where the real magic happens. So now that it's cooked, we're gonna just pour it into the food processor. Okay, now make sure this is the blade you have in there. Okay, so I already have 2 teaspoons in there. 2 tablespoons. And so I'm gonna add another 1/3 of a cup. So this is a 1/3 cup. More ghee. I'm gonna put that in there, and it's gonna be delicious. Okay, so it's all in there. Now I'm just gonna pulse it to make it smooth. Okay, this is a hand-me-down, and it works amazing. It has so much more power than the ones from the store now, so it does work really well. Just pulse it a few times. Okay, so it's getting pretty smooth now. You can taste it. This is my ghee spoon, so see it's kind of creamy. And you could always add a little more, but I think that's probably good because this is only 1 pound. Okay, so here's the taste test. It's so good. It has plenty of salt. You can always add a little more at this point if you want to. And now you can eat this with pork rinds or with jerky if you can find some without sugar. So those are some options for you. You can put it on a boiled egg. You can cut a boiled egg open and put this on it, but this is really nature's superfood right here. Okay, so now what you do is move it into some glass containers. And this, you don't want to put too much in one container because it's very rich, so it'll probably get a little just too much at one time. So you can freeze it, but just don't put too much in one container because you don't want it to go bad. So you want to spread it out into small containers. And then you can eat one now and then freeze one for another time. And then it'll be all ready to go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna freeze this one because it's a little more, and then I'm gonna eat this one. And I got this Epic, it has a little bit of stuff in it, but it's only 3 carbs. So I'm just gonna dip that in there as a snack. Probably my dinner. Okay, so here goes. This is my chicken liver pate and a little bit of beef jerky that I got from the store. So good. You definitely want to keep these in the fridge. I like it warm, but if you want to get it cold, then, you can always eat it cold or hot, whatever you like. And then it'll keep in the fridge for about 5 or 7 days. And then you want to put it in the freezer. I like to put it in the freezer right away because once I eat a lot of it, I'm kind of like done for a while. So I'll eat this tonight and then I'll put this in the freezer. Okay, liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. It has more vitamins and minerals than any other food. It is pretty amazing stuff. So it's high in B12, it's high in iron, it's very bioavailable. If you have somebody you know who's anemic, they need to be eating more liver. Vitamin A, which is really good for vision. I mean, it's good for a lot of things, but we don't have time to go over all of them. Vitamin E is really good for your hormones. And you have choline. A lot of choline in liver is good for sugar cravings. Also, you have vitamin K, that is good for your bones. And you have folate, is really good for any woman who's wanting to conceive or who is nursing or anything like that. Folate is really important in the whole fertility process. Omega-3s, it's really hard to get in our standard American diet, so if you want to get more omega-3, eat some liver. Potassium, it has a lot of potassium. That is another thing that we're deficient in because of our soils and things like that. Okay, when it comes to vitamin C, there's some things that are really controversial. So one is that the RDAs are really based on people eating a high carbohydrate diet. So we really don't know what we actually need. So the standard recommendations really are probably too high based on people who are eating a 0 carb diet because we don't really have studies on that. So we probably don't need as much as recommended. So we can eat liver and that gives us the right amount. If we eat about 3 ounces of liver per week, then we should cover our bases if we're eating a 0 carb diet, because when you eat low carb, 0 carb, or carnivore, you are not using as much vitamin C, so you don't need as much as if you were eating grain-based, sugar-based, corn-based, soy-based, all that stuff. That actually depletes your vitamin C. Does that make sense? And liver is just an amazing superfood that you need to eat a little bit every week and figure out a way. I will put a link to some supplements that are good in my Amazon store below, but I really want you to try to experiment with some new recipes so that you can get used to eating liver and find a way that you like it. So thanks so much for watching. My name is Caitlin. I'm from grassfedgirl.com. Please like this video and subscribe and share with a friend. We'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoy this liver pate.